Imagine opening your eyes tomorrow morning and feeling as if someone has wiped a foggy window clean. The clock across the room looks sharper, the edges of furniture are clearer, and you do not instinctively reach for your glasses. For many people over 60, that picture sounds more like a dream than real life. You may have been told again and again, that's just aging. You have to accept it. Here at goldenagehealth, after years of working with older adults, I can tell you something different. Your eyes are not simply shutting down with age, they are living organs that still try to repair themselves every single night. Inside the back of your eye, in the thin layer we call the retina, millions of tiny light-sensitive cells are renewing. While you sleep, your body quietly replaces damaged parts, clears waste, and tries to rebuild the delicate structures that allow you to see faces, words, colors, and movement. Whether that repair succeeds or struggles depends greatly on what you give your eyes to work with, especially in the hours before bedtime. Certain foods provide the exact pigments, healthy fats, vitamins, and antioxidants your aging eyes crave when the lights go out. Others drain your energy, raise blood sugar, and add to inflammation that blurs your world. In this video from goldenagehealth, I will guide you through 6 key foods that support natural eye repair while you rest, including one in the number 2 spot that many doctors overlook. What you hear is based on modern eye research and clinical experience, explained gently so every viewer can follow. Before we begin our countdown, tell me in the comments, how is your vision right now and where are you watching from? Your story may encourage another senior who feels afraid that clear sight is gone forever. Sweet potatoes might look like a simple root sitting in your kitchen, but for aging eyes, they are one of the most generous evening foods you can choose. Their soft orange flesh is packed with beta-carotene, a plant pigment your body gently transforms into vitamin A, the nutrient that keeps your cornea clear and your night vision working when the lights are low. As we grow older, many people eat fewer colorful vegetables, and the stores of vitamin A that once felt abundant in our 20s slowly run down. That is when the first signs appear: trouble reading in dim light, needing extra time for your eyes to adjust when you walk into a dark room, or feeling as if driving at dusk has become strangely uncomfortable. Inside the eye, vitamin A helps your cells build rhodopsin, the purple pigment that allows your retina to catch even tiny amounts of light. Without enough of this pigment, it is like trying to watch television with the brightness turned almost all the way down. A well-prepared portion of sweet potato at dinner gives your body a calm, steady supply of beta-carotene that can be converted and sent to the eyes over the following hours of sleep. Research over many years has shown that diets rich in orange and dark green vegetables are linked with a lower risk of age-related changes in the macula, the area responsible for sharp central vision, and sweet potatoes play an easy, tasty role in that pattern. To help your body absorb these pigments, it is important to pair sweet potatoes with a small amount of healthy fat. A drizzle of olive oil, a spoon of avocado oil, or a modest pat of butter is enough to help the beta-carotene travel from your digestive system into your bloodstream. Baking or steaming the sweet potatoes until tender keeps their natural sweetness while protecting most of the nutrients. For many seniors, a half to 1 medium sweet potato at the evening meal is a comfortable portion. If you live with diabetes, you can still enjoy them by keeping the portion smaller, combining them with protein, and avoiding sugary drinks at the same time, which helps keep your blood sugar steady through the night. Ideally, finish this eye-friendly meal at least 2 hours before sleeping. Doctor's golden tip: try replacing part of your usual white rice or bread at dinner with sweet potato 2 or 3 evenings a week. Over time, many people notice they squint less at menus or television subtitles in low light, and their eyes feel less dry at bedtime. Wild-caught salmon is one of the few foods that truly feeds your eyes from the inside out, because the same delicate fats that protect your heart also form the structure of your retinal cells. The back of your eye is lined with tissue that must respond in a fraction of a second every time you blink, move your gaze, or step from a dark hallway into bright sunlight. For that tissue to stay flexible and quick, it needs omega-3 fats, especially DHA and EPA, in steady supply. When you go years without enough of these fats, the membranes of your eye cells can become stiff and inflamed, and signals travel more slowly from the eye to the brain. Many older adults then describe their vision as tired, even when their glasses prescription has not changed. Wild salmon, especially from colder waters, is naturally rich in these omega-3 fats, as well as protective pigments that give the flesh its pink to deep orange color. These pigments act like gentle internal sunglasses, helping the retina handle bright light and reducing strain from long days under artificial lighting or in front of screens. Several large population studies have observed that people who eat fatty fish such as salmon a few times a week tend to have a lower risk of advanced macular degeneration compared with those who rarely eat it. While this does not mean salmon is a magic cure, it suggests that over many years, omega-3 rich foods help keep the tiny vessels and nerve cells at the back of the eye more resilient. For most seniors, the simplest preparation is also the kindest to your eyes and digestion. Baking or steaming salmon with herbs, lemon, and a small amount of oil preserves more omega-3s than deep frying or grilling at very high heat. A palm-sized portion, about 100 to 120 grams, is usually sufficient for an evening meal. If you do not enjoy salmon or cannot afford it often, other oily fish such as sardines, mackerel, and herring offer similar fats at a lower cost. Always speak with your own healthcare provider if you take blood thinners or have been given special instructions about fish intake. Doctor's golden tip: on 2 or 3 evenings each week, aim for a light dinner built around a portion of salmon or other oily fish and a side of leafy greens. Many people who follow this pattern for several weeks notice their eyes feel less gritty at night, and they can read or watch television later in the evening with more comfort. Spinach and other dark leafy greens are some of the quietest, most hard-working protectors of your vision, yet many people push them to the side of the plate. For aging eyes, they act like a natural pair of sunglasses built from the inside out. Spinach is especially rich in 2 eye-specific pigments, lutein and zeaxanthin. These are not just ordinary nutrients. Your body actually concentrates them in the macula, the tiny central area of the retina that lets you read, recognize faces, and see fine detail. In fact, the macula prefers these 2 pigments so strongly that their levels there can be hundreds of times higher than in the blood. When you give your body enough lutein and zeaxanthin, they form a gentle yellow shield that filters harsh blue light from screens, car headlights, and sunlight before it can irritate your sensitive photoreceptor cells. Over the years, several long-term studies have observed that people who eat plenty of leafy greens, especially spinach, tend to have a lower risk of cataracts and age-related macular degeneration compared with those who rarely touch them. Again, this is not a promise of cure, but a sign that the right foods, eaten consistently, can tilt the odds in your favor. The challenge for many seniors is not knowing how to eat spinach comfortably. Raw spinach in big, tough leaves can feel difficult to chew, especially if you have dental issues. That is why I often recommend baby spinach, which is softer and more tender, or slightly wilting the leaves in a warm pan for just a minute or two. This keeps much of the pigment content while making it easier to digest. Spinach also brings other helpers to the table: vitamins C and E, small amounts of alpha-lipoic acid, and minerals that support overall circulation. Together, they help limit the wear and tear from oxidative stress, the slow damage caused by unstable molecules that can cloud the lens and strain the retina over many years. A simple evening habit is to enjoy 1 or 2 cups of spinach or mixed greens at dinner, dressed with olive oil and a squeeze of lemon. The healthy fat from the oil helps your body absorb lutein and zeaxanthin, and the vitamin C in lemon supports collagen and blood vessel health around the eye. If you take blood-thinning medication or have been told to watch your vitamin K intake, do not be afraid of spinach, but do keep your intake steady and discuss any big changes with your doctor so your treatment can be adjusted safely. Doctor's golden tip: keep a washed container of baby spinach or mixed leafy greens at eye level in your refrigerator. When the evening meal comes, it becomes effortless to add a handful to your plate. Many older adults who build this habit notice over time that they see stares, curves, and faces more clearly in dim or foggy conditions, and their eyes feel less strained by evening screen use. Blueberries are one of the easiest evening gifts you can offer your eyes, especially if you enjoy a small, sweet snack after dinner. Their deep blue and purple color comes from anthocyanins, natural plant pigments that act like tiny shields for the fragile blood vessels at the back of your eyes. As we age, those microscopic capillaries become more vulnerable to high blood sugar, high blood pressure, and long hours of near work, and they can start to leak or stiffen. Blueberries help support the strength and flexibility of these vessels so that oxygen and nutrients can reach your retina more effectively through the night. Many older adults describe it simply as this: their eyes feel less tired and burning in the evening when berries become a regular part of their week. There is an old story that during the war, pilots noticed better night vision after eating dark berry jam. Today, we understand that anthocyanins can support the regeneration of rhodopsin, the pigment in your retina that allows you to see in dim light and to recover more quickly after a bright glare. For a senior who struggles with night driving, the benefit is very practical. Less time blinded by oncoming headlights, and more confidence when walking into a darker room. Some studies in older office workers have also found that daily berry intake is linked with less eye strain and faster recovery after long periods of screen exposure. While blueberries are not a medicine, they fit beautifully into a pattern of eating that protects your eyes and your circulation at the same time. The way you eat blueberries can gently increase their benefits. Fresh berries are wonderful, but frozen blueberries picked at peak ripeness often contain just as many, or even more, anthocyanins. When they thaw slightly, the broken cell walls may make it easier for your body to access those pigments. A sensible portion for most adults is around half to 1 cup in the evening, counted as part of your daily carbohydrates. If you live with diabetes, you do not need to avoid blueberries completely, but you should keep the portion modest and pair them with protein or healthy fat, such as plain yogurt, nuts, or seeds to help keep your blood sugar steady. This way, your eyes can enjoy the antioxidant support without your glucose suddenly spiking overnight. Blueberries also bring fiber, vitamin C, and small amounts of resveratrol, a compound that supports blood vessel and nerve health, including the optic nerve that carries visual messages to your brain. Over weeks of regular use, many people notice that the combination of better circulation, fewer sugar spikes, and increased antioxidants leaves their eyes feeling calmer by bedtime and less irritated by screens. Combining blueberries with other eye-friendly foods in your day, such as leafy greens and omega-3 rich fish, creates a gentle network of protection rather than depending on any single ingredient. Doctor's golden tip: try making an evening eye bowl 3 or 4 nights a week, using a spoonful of plain yogurt, a small handful of blueberries, and a sprinkle of ground flax or chia seeds. It is a simple dessert that feels comforting, yet quietly serves both your vision and your heart. Eggs are one of the most practical and powerful eye-supporting foods you can keep in your kitchen, especially if you are over 60 and prefer simple, familiar meals. Inside the yolk, nature has packed a rare combination of lutein, zeaxanthin, vitamin D, choline, and healthy fats in a form that your body absorbs with remarkable ease. While leafy greens provide these pigments in plant form, the yolk delivers them already mixed with fat, which means they can travel smoothly through your digestive system and into your bloodstream with less effort. For aging eyes, this is important because absorption can slow down as stomach acid and digestive enzymes naturally decline with age. The pigments from egg yolks concentrate in the macula, helping to filter blue light and support clear central vision for reading, sewing, and recognizing loved ones' faces. For many years, people were told to fear eggs because of cholesterol, and some seniors still feel nervous each time they crack one open. Today, large medical organizations and heart specialists have adjusted their view. For most older adults, moderate egg consumption can fit safely into a balanced diet, particularly when the rest of the plate is rich in vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats. The key is to look at the whole pattern of eating, not just a single food. If you have a history of heart disease, diabetes, or high cholesterol, your personal doctor or dietitian should guide your exact limits. However, for many reasonably healthy adults, 1 to 2 eggs a day, a few days per week, can be both safe and beneficial. The high-quality protein in eggs also helps protect muscle mass, which supports better balance, steadier walking, and overall circulation, indirectly benefiting your eyes by keeping blood flow more robust. The way you cook eggs can make a real difference to the nutrients you keep. Very high heat, long frying times, and repeatedly reheating oily pans can damage delicate fats and pigments. Gentler methods are better for both your eyes and your digestion. Soft-boiled, poached, or lightly scrambled eggs cooked at low to medium heat allow the yolk to stay moist and the pigments to remain stable. Pairing eggs with spinach, tomatoes, onions, or other vegetables turns a simple meal into an eye protective plate. For an evening option, many seniors do well with 2 soft-boiled eggs and a side of warm vegetables instead of heavy meat dishes that can cause discomfort or reflux at night. Eggs also bring choline, which your body uses to make acetylcholine, a messenger involved in nerve signals, including those that help your pupils adjust and your eye muscles focus. Vitamin D in the yolk supports bone strength and immune function and may play a role in reducing certain age-related changes in the retina. Cysteine and sulfur-containing amino acids in eggs help your body form glutathione, a master antioxidant that protects the clear lens at the front of your eye from clouding. Over weeks and months, this steady intake of protective nutrients can gently support sharper contrast, more comfortable night vision, and less dryness for many older adults. Doctor's golden tip: if you often feel too tired to cook at night, keep eggs as your emergency eye meal. 2 softly cooked eggs with a handful of greens and a small portion of sweet potato make a complete, eye-friendly dinner that is easy to prepare and kind to your stomach before sleep. Goji berries are a small, bright treasure that bring together traditional wisdom and modern eye science in a way many seniors find fascinating. For centuries, they have been used in parts of Asia as a tonic for vision and longevity. Today, we understand that one of the reasons is their remarkable content of zeaxanthin, the same protective pigment we find in leafy greens and egg yolks. But in unusually high concentration. Zeaxanthin settles in the macula, the tiny central zone of the retina that lets you read, sew, recognize faces, and see the world in fine detail. When that area is starved of protective pigments and exposed to strong light, the cells are more easily injured. When it is regularly nourished, those cells have a better chance of standing up to decades of sunlight, screen glare, and oxidative stress. Goji berries also provide unique plant sugars and antioxidants that appear to support healthy blood flow and nerve function inside the eye. Early research suggests they may help protect retinal cells from damage related to high pressure and high blood sugar, both common challenges in older adults. It is important to remember that goji berries are not a substitute for medical treatment. If you have glaucoma, diabetic eye disease, or any serious eye condition, you still need regular checkups, prescribed drops, and close guidance from your eye specialist. Think of goji berries instead as part of the background nutrition that makes your eye tissues a little stronger and more resilient, the way a good foundation supports a house. In everyday life, goji berries are easy to use once you know how. Dried berries can be quite chewy, so I often suggest softening them first. Place a small handful in warm water for 10 to 20 minutes until they plump and become tender. You can then eat them as they are. Stir them into a mild herbal tea. Sprinkle them over oatmeal or mix them with a few nuts as an evening snack. A common portion is around 1 to 2 tablespoons a day, which is enough to offer eye-supporting compounds without adding too much sugar. Because goji berries, like other dried fruits, are concentrated, people with diabetes should count them as part of their total daily carbohydrates. There are also a few safety notes. Goji berries can interact with certain medicines, including some blood thinners and drugs for blood pressure or diabetes. If you take these, speak with your doctor or pharmacist before adding goji berries regularly to your diet. Choose good quality berries from a trusted source and avoid products that are heavily sweetened or mixed with sugary syrups. Over weeks and months, when combined with the other eye-friendly foods we have discussed, goji berries can become a pleasant ritual that reminds you each evening that you are taking active steps to care for your sight. Doctor's golden tip: once or twice a week, prepare a simple eye tea by soaking a spoon of goji berries in warm water. Sip the liquid slowly after dinner, then chew the softened berries. Many seniors find this calming for the mind and comforting for the eyes as they prepare for sleep. You have now met 6 simple foods that can turn your evening meal into quiet support for your vision. Sweet potatoes, rich in vitamin A, precursors for night sight. wild salmon offering omega-3 fats that keep eye cell membranes flexible, spinach and other leafy greens providing lutein and zeaxanthin to filter harsh blue light, blueberries protecting delicate capillaries at the back of the eye, eggs delivering concentrated eye pigments and protein in an easy-to-absorb form, and goji berries, adding a final layer of zeaxanthin and traditional support for macular and nerve health. None of these foods is a miracle by itself, but together, eaten regularly, they create a nourishing environment where your eyes can make the most of their natural repair processes each night. The most important point from a doctor's perspective is consistency. Your vision did not change in a single week, and it will not recover in a single week either. What matters is what your eyes receive, night after night, month after month. If you try to be perfect, you may feel overwhelmed and give up. Instead, choose one or two of these foods to start with and weave them gently into routines you already have. Perhaps you replace part of your white rice with sweet potatoes at dinner, or enjoy a small bowl of yogurt with blueberries a few evenings each week. On other nights, you might choose a simple spinach and egg dish instead of heavy fried meats. These steady patterns do more for your eyes than any sudden, extreme change you cannot maintain. Beyond food, remember that your eyes also depend on other lifestyle habits. Do what you can to keep blood pressure and blood sugar in the safe range your doctor recommends, because those numbers directly affect the tiny vessels in your retina. Aim to stop smoking if you still smoke, since it remains one of the strongest risk factors for rapid vision loss in older adults. Give your eyes regular breaks from screens, especially in the hours before bed, and make sure you have gentle, adequate lighting when you read or sew in the evening, so you are not forcing your eyes to strain. Most importantly, schedule regular eye examinations, even if you feel your vision is good enough. So problems can be caught early when nutrition and treatment have the greatest effect. Here at goldenagehealth, we believe that seeing clearly is not only about charts and prescriptions. It is about enjoying the faces of loved ones, the pages of a favorite book, and the colors of the world around you for as many years as possible. If this guide has encouraged you or given you new ideas, let us know in the comments which of the 6 foods you will start with, and share your progress over the coming weeks so other seniors can learn from your experience. For more calm, science-based advice on protecting your eyes, your heart, and your independence as you age, subscribe to Golden Age Health and stay with us on this journey. Your eyes are still living, hopeful organs, and every evening, plate is a quiet chance to take care of them.